Greetings, viewers. I wanted to do one more video to cap off the year 2019. And I did a video a while back. I lost a little piece here, so forgive me while I try to find the model number of this. I believe it's going to be under here. And you can't see that. So due to I had actually brought my normal camera, but I forgot to bring my SD card. This is a thin client model T620 T Pro. So I've actually done a few upgrades to this, and I might try to discuss them while we're here. And I did a video a little while back, and you'll find it here somewhere if I do this right, if I remember to do that. That is. So actually, real quick, give a little bit of details of the inside. So on the other side of here is an AMD, I don't remember, but we will go into that because last time I forgot to, chip with built-in Radeon graphics. And while I remember, if this is your first time here, I do have my generator running outside because we are in my camper. I upgraded this to, I want to say 8 gigs of RAM. It originally had 4, if I recall correctly, and I just covered up that piece. And I put in a 128 gig M.2 SSD there. And it originally had a 16 gig card, and let me tell you, that was not enough. It was enough for what the company I got this from was doing with it, but it wasn't enough for what I wanted to do with it, because I got this as a I got this on eBay, and luckily that did not hit anything important. I do not have the right tools with me. I was going to take off the cover to the memory, but let's let's hold off before I do something stupid and break the thing. The cover is supposed to be, unless it's supposed to be held on when you do this, because the hardest thing for me with this right now is trying to keep the yeah, it should go under there, is trying to keep the bottom cover on it, because it likes to come off very easily, which broke the piece on the back. So let's hook this up and stop rambling. What I want to do is hook up keyboard and mouse. We'll do that back here. Have a nice, or at least a decent Microsoft USB keyboard here. And the cable is in a loop for some reason. And I just, I'm going to have to stand up in a second to grab the power cable, because that just went a little bit out of my reach. And then we will do that. So this has two, let me actually talk about the back here. So this does have 2 display ports, 2 USB 2.0 ports, PS2 keyboard and mouse, VGA. I'm assuming these are sound in and sound out. And then the power cord. Oh yeah, and Ethernet down here. And then on the front, in and out sound again. 2 USB 3.0 ports, and 2 more USB 2.0 ports. And I am going to populate one of the ones on the front because there was only 2 on the back. So let's power this in, or plug the power in, and get you situated where you can actually see the monitor. I am using my cell phone right now. I think I mentioned this already, but I brought my camera, but I forgot to bring my I forgot to bring an SD card. And I have one of these Wi-Fi cards here. So plug that into here and power this bad boy on. And then I think we're going to hit escape. Oh shoot. Let's go into F1. Oh, I want to go into bio setup, F10. And I'm very uncomfortable. I went to Walmart because I forgot to bring a change of clothes with me. And excuse me, and I didn't pay attention. I actually bought a long sleeve. I don't normally wear long sleeves. So this has a 1500 megahertz. I believe you should be able to read that. Yeah, that looks pretty clear. And something's not right. I might have to go in and check the memory. It is a quad core. It's an AMD GX 415 GA system on a chip with Radeon graphics, but it's only showing 6 gig. Unless that, oh, you know what that is? That's the crap, my brain just stopped on me. No. It is showing 6 gigs of RAM. Wonder what happened there. I'm glad I checked this. Let's just see what happens. I might have to reseat that memory. I do have tools in the truck that I can reseat that with. So I have Linux Mint Mate or Mate, depending on what you say, because chances are, no matter what I say, I'm going to be wrong. And what I can tell you right now, I'm not going to do is do any software updates, which I'm sure it's going to need. And right away it shows the Wi-Fi. And out here, like I mentioned, you can hear my generator. I have to get internet like this out here. And apparently this shut off. Right? It's amazing how there's nobody else out here. Simply because, you know, we're out in the middle of nowhere. One 87A449 Charlie. So what I'm going to try to look at real quick, while I remember, administration, I believe. System. I just saw it at home on mine. So under Control Center. I don't have the greatest internet service out here, but I saw system information at some point that showed me exactly what it is, and for whatever reason I cannot remember where it's at. It's probably right in front of me too. It's not under system reports, I can tell you that. Oh wait, I just copied that somehow. Or for some reason. Let me let it go on. Let me put this over here closer to the window, because I am in a hollow metal tube in my camper. And what I want to do is bring up Firefox. I'm going to install fetch. Gotta quickly get. As you can see, the internet's really not that bad. This thing actually does not do bad at all. This mouse does not like the sheen on this table. I can. All right, so. So it's getting the screen fetch program. I couldn't remember. I thought it was just sudo apt install screen fetch, but I couldn't remember. So now we go into screen fetch. It is showing 6 gigs of RAM for some reason. I thought for sure I changed it to 8 gigs, but it's oh, you know what? It's probably because of the graphics. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, so this is what. I think it's pretty much the same exact thing, just different colors, but I like to install NeoFetch as well. Alright, so yeah, that's showing the exact same information. So it is the GX 415GA system on the chip. So what I'm going to do. So the exact reason that I had this, or that I had set this up, if you watched the other video, is I had this set up in my other camper for my son. Oh crap, I forgot this sound here. So all it did is I had I bought a bunch of the DVDs and I ripped them legally from my other computer. And this is all it did, is it just sat there and played Blippi for my 3-year-old. As you can see, this thing is actually quite responsive. I'm sure there's a billion updates for this thing. And I'm not going to do them because I'm on limited internet here. I only have 20 gigs a month. Although I should be less than 2 gigs at this point. And yeah, I actually had to go to my storage unit and grab these 2 lamps because as I knew I wasn't going to have a whole lot of light in here, and I think that helped out a lot. A lot of this has to do with my internet. Yeah, so this is 128 gig, you know, and it has probably some left, I don't know. Free space 96 gigs, so I don't have a whole heck of a lot on there. A newer version of Update Manager, let's try that. I just wanted to put this out here tonight because, you know, tomorrow starts a new year, and I'm actually going to be filming some videos tomorrow. Hopefully that goes well. And that's going to be done at home, so I will have access to my memory cards. I could have, I didn't realize until I was most of the way here, but I had stopped at Walmart to get this shirt. I probably could have gotten a memory card there, but I wasn't going to do that. I'm like, do you know how many memory cards I have because of that? But yeah, there's a whole heck of a lot. I didn't realize I had chromium in there. Actually, can I, I'll unselect everything but, Firefox. Firefox I'll install. I usually do, my updates through the terminal. But I'm just going to do Firefox because I want to do a couple more quick testing while I'm here. Actually, I'll do the shoot. This thing just started being weird on me. I thought about doing the kernel update while I'm at it. Yeah, because a lot of this stuff I don't really need because I don't use this machine. But yeah, I'll do the Linux kernel and the Firefox. I'll do that off camera, and I will get back to you in just a moment. Sorry for this shot being by hand, but yeah, this is probably going to take a few minutes at 170 kilobytes a second. But I also want to show you, this is actually a cell phone mount that I got from Amazon to use on my tripod, which is also somewhere on here from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description to this. It's actually pretty nice, and because of the way it's mounted, I'll need a hook here, a little hook. It's got a little stand so that you can use it. Oh wow! It'd help if I was pointing at what I. It'd help if I was pointing the camera at this. So it's got this little pop-out kickstand that you can swivel any way you need, so you can use it. And it also has a tripod mount on the back as well as on the bottom. It actually works pretty good. It actually holds it in there very tight, as you might have been able to see. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out because this is actually a pretty cool thing, and I think it was like $7 or so. I don't remember. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description. So once this is getting closer to being done, I'll go ahead and do this. This was actually not a good idea. Remember I said I didn't want to do this? And anyway, I got to answer a message from Madam Roy because I just sent him one. Alright, I figure while I'm waiting on some of the updates to complete, I'll show you my outfit right now as to how I produce these videos. Maybe some of you will understand how much work actually goes into producing one of these videos in my current situation. I'm sure you can hear it by now. That is my Generac. That's my Generac 3750 watt generator. You know, got a heavy duty RV grade cord running into the trailer. Right now I have these crazy lamps. But that is all so that I can give you guys these videos. Now obviously the camper is actually meant for camping, but it's still under construction, and I am it's currently not camping season. So while it's not being used for camping season, I'll use it for producing videos. I just hope you guys understand now, what all goes on. I gotta load the generator into the truck, fire it up, and then set up everything I gotta set up in there. And I'm not saying, oh, woe me, poor me. I enjoy doing this. I really do. But I also hope that you guys enjoy the fruits of my labor as I work to create more videos for you. Alright, I ended up canceling the Linux kernel update and just did the Firefox. And that just finished a few minutes ago. And let's fire up Firefox. I just want to show a little bit of web browsing on this. Obviously, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it is actually fairly decent. Sorry about all that noise. Let's just say, what's some sites I've never been to? NASA.gov. You know, even with the slower internet, it actually comes up pretty quick. Like, my internet is not. I'll show that in a second. And there is a little bit of screen tear. And I noticed when I had Mate on my laptop, it did the same thing. Like, you'll see a little bit of screen tear right down the center. Another site I've never really used. I don't want to go on anything that, you know. Oh, why did I try org? I don't know why I tried org. You know, it comes up and does pretty good. Oh, that's not bad for a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD. No, bad Eric. No, we're buying stuff. Oh, maybe if I buy one, they'll sponsor me to do a cleaning video in the camper, which does need good cleaning because I've been working on fixing the roof and all that. But let's just go to. Wait. I just didn't want to go to anything that was in my cache at first, because you know sometimes like when you go to a site that you visit, it stays in your cache. That's surprising, to say the least. That's actually better upload than I will have at home uploading this. But latency was 35 milliseconds though. Now obviously I don't have ad block or anything on here because I'm not going to worry about showing that, because this is a mobile device. And also, like I said before, go ahead, knock on my door unannounced. You know what I mean? Okay. Holy crap, there's a lot of ads on this. I might just go ahead and cancel this. Look at you go, T-Mobile. Oh, with a 49 millisecond ping time, though. I don't know what else to... Actually, I do know what else I can do on this, since we have the ability. That's what I look at. I'm only at 1.75 gigs out of 20. So let's just say... to be honest, with this, I'm really limited more from my internet than I am. Alright, so I do show up as the first one. Madam Roy. What do you guys think of this video, or this intro? I mean, you're going to have to have watched it coming up here. 720p. 0 drop frames of 423. And I just actually hit F1. Hopefully it doesn't. I'm not going to go too crazy on here. I'm not watching a 46 second ad on my even on my own video. Yeah, by the way, this has a built-in speaker if you didn't know that about these already. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this spools up pretty good. So, let me, I'm not going to go anything too crazy, but let me try. I don't know what the resolution of this screen is. I do seem to have a hater, though, because the last few videos there's only been one dislike. But, let's try a, or let's actually try. Try a 60 frame per second video. I don't know if my internet will handle it. I don't think my internet's actually going to handle it too well. Although so far I have 0 drop frames. By the way, this little guy here, what you can't see, but my little internet thing here actually has incredible battery life. Takes a bit for it to boot up. Have I mentioned how much I like these older Dell monitors, by the way? Because that does have a very nice screen. Yeah, my internet's not able to keep up. The computer's just fine, actually. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end things here because I do want to get home and get something to eat. But I wanted to touch on this computer one more time because I did a video, I think it was called, and I even did it as a question mark, a thin client as a home theater PC. And it did get a lot of attention and a lot of people did ask me questions on it. And there were a few things that, even though they showed up in the video, I forgot to mention. So I wanted to clear up a few things on that since I had the chance. So, thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.